My name is Jen Roscoe. I'm a counselor with the Montana Public Health Training Center under the Wellness Program, and today's tip and tool is focused on happiness. Okay, so happiness. We all know what it feels like. Feeling content, feeling soft, feeling delighted, feeling love, feeling understanding, even joy. So what are some ways that we can cultivate that feeling of happiness? Well, here are 10 tips that you can start today in moving towards feeling better in your system. Number 1, gratitude. All right, by thinking about the good aspects within your life, we actually release good hormones such as dopamine. So for instance, if you can be grateful for what makes sense within your life, that you have access to food and shelter, or that you can interact with people that you care about, by being grateful, we can shift our thoughts away from negative rumination. Number 2, do something you love. Focusing in on your efforts in a healthy activity that gives you pleasure pretty much helps keep your mind away from thoughts that might bring you down. So if you're fortunate enough to have an activity in which you love that you can devote many hours a day, you can actually create lifelong going happiness. Such activities may include creative arts, getting outside in nature, and maybe even your job. So just notice, what is something that you love to do? Number 3, sleep, exercise, and eating well. Eating healthy and drinking water. Taking the time to eat well, gather foods that are good for your body, and eating mindfully with each bite. Exercise. We all know that exercise is good for our bodies, and it's helpful to get outside and enjoy a change of scenery. Studies also show that if you practice an activity, this gains more resilience and leads to more happiness. Sleep. No matter where you lay your head down, sleep is so important. So make it a sanctuary for yourself. A good night's sleep can create more happiness. Number 4, make a friend. Again, because we are social creatures, we benefit so much from interacting with others. And that being said, our friends also help us create positive experiences. These help our lives in supporting us and also help us improving ourselves. So go make a friend. Number 5, limiting your impact to media. So in this day and age, we are bombarded with information from news media and also social media, and it really can impact us adversely. So to mitigate this, one option is either to reduce the stress that arises from hearing about bad news and world events by changing the source of information from the web and letting go of 24/7 news. Okay, number 6, embracing your challenges. So rather than thinking of a challenge as an insurmountable or even unfair disadvantage, think of it as an opportunity, either to learn how to grow when you can cope with it constructively. Number 7, help someone else. As we are social creatures, helping other people feel better brings us happiness. It's our ability to be empathetic that allows us to feel the improvement of feelings with others. And this usually leads to a release of oxytocin, which is sometimes thought to be the love hormone. When you help someone else, that helps someone else feel good, and then the cycle just ripples out into the world. So who can you give a hand to this week? Okay, number 8, be kind to yourself. So just notice, how do you treat yourself and how can you be kinder to yourself? This is helpful because when we're kinder to ourselves, we actually tend to be kinder to other people as well. And so cultivating that self-talk about love for yourself, noticing things that you do well, and just being soft. This will help you move into more happiness and softness within your whole system. Number 9, positive self-talk. So when we find ways of talking to ourselves with a more positive tone, especially using I statements like, I want to overcome this. By doing that, it encourages your brain to think about how the obstacle might be overcome, and this often leads to a solution. So in turn, by overcoming an obstacle, that often leads to an increased confidence, and then this leads to a sense of achievement. This can also lead to an increased sense of happiness.
Number 10, create good feeling thoughts.
Okay, so the science is really pretty cool. When you hold a thought for more than 60 seconds, it creates a synapsis. And if you create that, then a like-minded thought will attach to that thought, and it creates a new pathway system within your brain. How cool is that? So it's a little bit like exercise. If you shift a little bit with your expectations, a little shift in making a mindful choice will help you feel so much better within these patterns of thinking. So the neat thing about our brain is that it's so practical that if you are having a thought that's about an old situation that feels tough or negative or even sharp, then your brain will just think that moment's happening in the now. It literally is that practical. So when you activate an idea or a thought or a memory about something in the past, your brain usually reacts and thinks it's happening right now, and the rest of your system will move into that reaction, which is feeling stressed or feeling sad or whatever the emotion is tied to that memory. So when you have thoughts on the opposite end of that stick, your brain thinks that it's happening right now too. Even if it's a memory or an appreciation of something anticipated in the future, your brain is so practical that it literally moves you into feeling that feeling in the now, even though it's in the future or if it's in the past. So it's pretty mind-blowing, knowing that you can create your reality in the present moment. In finding thoughts that feel good, you can build more good feeling emotions that can really change how you feel. And this affects your health. It affects your relationships, and this echoes beyond yourself, because usually when you feel happiness, then you're feeling light, you're feeling a little bit more peace, and you're feeling just better internally. And this usually ripples out to the other people around you. Okay, so thanks for tuning in today and a deep dive into how to cultivate happiness within your life. We have more tips and tools on the website on the Montana Public Health Training Center under the Wellness Program. Have a great day.